everyone. Welcome into the MFM Podcast. Dan and Michele here, and then we've got a special guest here who's going to be, a regular guest by the name of Morrow Boggs.
Great to be on the show, Dan, Michele. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Good to see
Morrow.
you. Good to see you. That's a fratty name. Did you pledge Phi Gam? And
That's
you gotta
total
fuck it
frat
up.
boy style.
You have to totally fuck it up.
What?
Because you're doing things you didn't warn me about.
Well,
That's the point of a podcast, Morrow.
Oh, okay.
Do you think we're
then.
scripted?
Do you think I'm just going to give you softballs all day?
Okay, buddy.
That's the point of a podcast, Morrow.
Yeah, so it's been a minute, we're coming back from the holidays, lots to talk about.
But we're back.
We're back.
Full force back.
Yeah, we're back. I mean, we were never really there, but
Yeah.
we're back.
We were pretending to be there.
Yeah, we haven't been there. But
now we're going to be there.
we're going to be there.
Consistently.
Yeah. So one thing we were talking about before the cameras rolled is I want to get you guys' opinion on this.
Okay.
All right. You're in a relationship.
Do I need to raise my hand if I have an answer, or can I just jump in
talk.
anywhere?
Morrow,
Just talk,
you can just
Morrow.
talk whenever you want. We got to
Yeah.
build chemistry.
Yeah.
We'll do a little more of that later, building chemistry.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so what do you guys think about your significant other having friends of the opposite sex? Where do you guys fall on that?
What do you mean? Put some rules on
Okay.
what is the description of the significant other?
It's a girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, someone that you're in a committed, monogamous relationship with. All right. How do you feel about them having friends of the opposite sex?
I'm an absolute hypocrite on this topic because all of my best friends are dudes. I hang out with all dudes. I don't like females. But I don't know how I would feel about my significant other having like all female friends. But like a guy I'm with has to know and be cool with it because literally my best friends are guys. And
It's no wonder you can't keep a steady boyfriend.
it's a no non-negotiable.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
It is a non-negotiable because the guy friends in my life have been like friends for a long time,
I've got. Okay. Here's my initial thoughts on it. All right.
Now, are you talking? She has guy friends she's going to hang out with alone, or she's going to hang out with when you and her are doing things?
But I have an example too of why I wouldn't be cool with it. So D at one time got a random text.
Who's D?
D.
Her significant other.
Is my my situationship forever. My 3-year situationship.
A name
He's
for
my-
everything
he's
because
my-
you can't say.
Yeah. What did we decide to call him anyway? Just D?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
So he got a text message randomly on like a Saturday when I was there, and it said, I just wanted to let you know that you're loved and you're special or something. And it was a friend from work, but I guess he was like down the day that he was working with her, and she just wanted to let him know that. And I was like, that's like saying like love and stuff. So I was bothered by it. I know she's just a friend, and he always says she's not attractive and blah blah blah. But still,
That's what we always say.
I know.
Always ugly.
Listen, and they're all
I'm not even
nurses.
attracted to her at all.
Yeah.
She's not remotely attractive.
He always leads with that. This older woman from work who's overweight.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I'm a hypocrite.
What do I always say?
A lot of things.
But about women,
Every woman needs love.
every woman needs love.
I wouldn't go that far, but so I'm glad that you say that you're a hypocrite because
Absolute hypocrite on this topic.
I'm glad you admit it because women I've found are huge hypocrites on this topic because here's the thing. If you get, start feeling some type of way and bring it up to her about hanging out with a guy, you're too possessive, you're overbearing, you're clingy. But then the second
wait
you
a
talk
minute. What kind of woman says that? Women like
that's the thing.
possessive.
That's the thing. They like to complain about a guy being possessive and clingy, but they want you to be like they want you to get riled up when they're texting with a guy.
Of course.
But then they want to complain about it. Oh my God, you're so like just stop. There's nothing. You're so over.
You do that really well.
And so but then the second you get a text from a girl or a girl talks to you, it's like but hold on. When you were talking to like 10 different guys, you got pissed at me for caring. But now the second I get one text from a girl, you care. It's
Here's
ridiculous.
the thing, though, is I think that a lot of times women are friends with dudes and just friends with dudes.
Women,
but I think men have ulterior motives.
Oh, yeah,
so
of course.
The woman might be a friend, but the guy's
always looking for that chink in the arm. It is.
So how would you feel if I went?
It's always true.
My best friend since 8th grade, him and I have been talking. We use this app and leave each other voice messages for decades.
90%. 90% of dudes that are friends of women are just waiting for a chance.
I don't know. I don't think so. I can tell. I can tell the dude friends I have that are like that, but my closest friends, I don't necessarily think so.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, so women will they love when the guy gets mad about it, but then they want to complain about it. But how would you feel if your significant other had 10 women friends that were all actively trying to have sex with him?
Oh, that's not happening.
That's what's
going on. That's what's always going on.
That's not true. That's not true. My dude friends.
You are wrong.
Look, do you think he was trying to hook up with me?
No.
And he is one of my best friends.
Yeah. No, I think there are there. I'm not saying there's not.
But it's not the exception.
But
I think the average,
the norm is that guys.
I know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the exception that dudes want to hook up with you, no matter.
That's the norm.
How much they're your friend. That's not the exception. That's the rule.
I also think I'm a little different than most women. Like, I give off dude energy, so like that's why I have a lot of male friends. Because I just don't like hanging out with women. But I think the average woman having dude friends, I guess, would be a little bit sketch.
I also hear a lot of women are like, yeah, I don't hang out with a lot of girls. I hang out with a lot of men. And a lot of times that just means you just want validation from men.
No, because women are awful. Do you know how hard it is to have women friends, especially if you're attractive? Like, women are awful to each other. They're always trying to compete. They always want to see you fail. They I don't know. It's hard to keep friendships.
Well, that goes back to like women like to compete over guys.
Women just like to compete about everything. And it's an actual thing that if you're an attractive female, it's so hard to make friends.
All right. So, what's funny? So I want to tell my experience and then I want to hear you. So in my last relationship, my ex, she had women friends, but she had a lot of dude friends. And I was so laid back about it because
it bothered her.
I actually knew that she wasn't going to cheat on me. Like, I knew that she wasn't going to cheat on me. And so if I know she's not going to cheat on me, even if this guy wants to hook up with her, like,
she's not going to do it.
She's not going to do it. So I was so laid back. She could go hang out with, like,
she worked in a predominantly male.
She worked in a
I remember this story. Yeah.
And so I always was like, I never got over possessive or like care. And it's like she wanted me to. Yeah. But then the one. Occasionally, like there was like a couple times in 5 years, I was always cool with her guy friends. A couple times in 5 years,
when you knew the guy was seriously, and
he wasn't like a longtime friend. He was like a new guy, new friend,
doing it in your face.
So what are the signs? Like, how can you tell?
He was doing it, and then I said something. I was like, "Hey, look, like I'm not overprotective. Like I don't care if you have guy friends. Like this guy is making me uncomfortable." And she'd be like, "Oh, you're just possessive." And I'm like, the last 100 times you've hung out with a guy, I haven't said anything. Like, and then I do it once and you get upset. Give me a break. Like,
that almost makes me think that she liked him or something. If she got like upset about it.
I don't know, but like, here's the thing: if I used to care about like like I'd worry about if is it really just friends? Is he trying to hook up with?
You can't because you'll go crazy.
Well, here's the thing. I realized that if I have an inkling that something might happen, I'm not going to be with you anyways.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I will only date a girl who I'm like, she ain't cheat on me. Yeah. I know for a fact she ain't cheat on me. Because I'm too old for worrying about like, well, who's she talking to? Like, no,
100%.
If I have to give a fuck who you're talking to, it ain't for me.
Same, yeah. I don't want to have anything to do with
What
that.
About you?
I think the same thing. I think that girls think it's cool for them all to go get dressed up and go out on the town. I mean, dressed up, looking great. And there's 1,000 guys out there just waiting to meet them and to talk to them and hit on them and try to take them home. But if you were to do the same thing as a guy,
and there were 1,000 girls out there trying to buy you shots and trying to get you drunk and take advantage of you, women have no idea what that's like.
No,
they have no idea what it's like for their significant other to have like 1,000 people just actively trying to have sex with them every time they go out.
That's right.
Yeah, but so women can't help certain things like that.
Well, I'm not saying
but they you act like it's not happening.
Yeah.
You act like it's, oh no, we just went out, we had some drinks, we laughed, and okay, yeah, that's it.
There were sharks circling.
Yeah, that's what it's like, you know. And I'm like you. If I have to worry about it, then I shouldn't be in the relationship.
Yeah. If I have to worry about it, we're done.
Well,
But it's a double standard. It's a double standard that we can go out and just have fun as girls, but I don't want you going out with the guys and just having fun.
Yeah.
If you guys are putting on suits and going to a cigar bar or going to a sporting event or something, it's going to be, oh, you didn't text me in 15 minutes. What have you been doing?
It's so funny.
I think what you said, I echo that of like, if I have to worry about, I never want to worry about anything in a relationship. I want to be with a dude that he could go do that, he could go do that, and I just know he's not going to cheat. Yeah. You know,
that's right.
Like,
that's
if you're
right.
just with the wrong
because
person,
that's what a real relationship's about.
Yeah.
And with social media, you can't do anything these days. I know you guys aren't on TikTok, but there's constantly other women posting videos of dudes cheating. Like you can't get away with anything.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, women have each other's back in that way. Have you ever seen any of those posts?
Oh, now women are great to each
No,
other.
listen.
Yeah, when it comes down to,
I hate women. They suck, but they really have each other's back.
Listen, only on social. You haven't seen any of those posts where it's like, if you're married to a guy named Brian and you live in Tennessee and he was out with his boys and
I haven't seen
whatever,
I know
he was saying he was single and blah blah blah. And let me tell you, they find him. The TikTok community or the social community, they find the dude and tell the woman. So you can't get away with it anymore.
I listen to, I'm not ashamed to admit, I listen to the Dating Detectives podcast. Shout out Dating Detectives.
Is it good?
It's about stories of people who met someone and then that guy ended up to be
a serial killer.
A dogfish, not a catfish. Catfish is someone who doesn't look like their pictures. A dogfish is someone who isn't what they said they were.
Like they say they're in the CIA or they say they're in the FBI.
Yeah, it's a story about guys who they get women to start dating them and then they're married with kids, or they say they're a millionaire and they're actually home. Just random stuff. But a lot of times I listen to this, I'm like, how did the woman not know? The guy told you that he was in witness protection and that's why you couldn't ever
find him on the internet.
Yeah, what
Well, that one woman
they always get found out.
The one woman that went viral, I think it was last year, the Who the F Did I Marry girl, she had like a 92-part series on TikTok, and the guy was like, he lied to her about like everything, and like he was like forging documents and things. It was crazy.
Who she thought was British, and he ended up being from like Ohio.
Yeah.
She thought he was like a Brit from like British royalty, and he ended up having like 5 different girlfriends all at the same time and was like from Ohio. But
explain something to me.
Like, how did you let it get...
How do you meet these guys on the internet, carry on a conversation with them for weeks, months, then meet them and just accept what they say at face value? I mean,
you have to like
seriously.
Research.
I mean, I've known you for probably a year and a half. I really don't know anything about you.
True.
And so these people meet these people on the internet, and suddenly they're madly in love with them. Suddenly they're moving to Nova Scotia. It's like...
Well, you can be in long-term relationships and not... Like, look at Dahmer, my ex. Everything about
Jeffrey?
stuff he told me... No, we call my ex Dahmer because on paper... He was like the perfect dude. He made like $1 million a year. He had like the perfect look. He was good looking. Everything was so wonderful. And after living with him and dating him for a while, he like literally was Dahmer, like a sociopath. He lied about why he got divorced. He lied about everything. And I found out one day just by looking at his iPad. And just starting to like look at things, and he unraveled.
And I can see how you could go down that path. Like some of these women, it's like the guy said that it's so funny. I've heard multiple episodes of women getting conned by guys, and it ultimately leads to the guys being like, they get caught and they're like, all right, I'm in the CIA.
Yeah,
that's always like the go-to. This is the
I've
reason that I haven't been able to tell you I'm in the CIA. It's like if a guy, and then they believe him. It's like, are you kidding me?
It's easier than you think to. Like, I'm a pretty smart woman, and I believed everything he told me.
Just want to believe.
I think he told me he got divorced.
Well, the option is you don't believe anything someone says.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'd rather be the other way. I'd rather believe.
That's the option. You check and cross-check and question everything someone you've met says, or you don't believe anything they say.
Well, nowadays with the internet, like women are like the FBI. You know, like you can find out enough about a person by just doing searches and stuff.
Yeah, well,
hey, we've all done bad things.
We have.
And now there's, of course, which I got kicked out of permanently. But
that girls group.
Yeah. There's I'm kicked out permanently.
Wow. What's the name of it?
Are we dating the same guy? So I don't know. I think I got kicked out because I said negative things about Dahmer, and he made up lies and got me kicked out of the group. That's how awful he is. So, there's a girls one too. Are we dating the same woman in Raleigh? Really? You should be in that.
No, because Dan doesn't date hardly anybody at all. It'd be a waste of his time. It would just be one more thing to suck the precious seconds of his life away.
Speaking of, how's the situationship?
I have nothing going on.
He has nothing going on.
She's gone?
Yeah.
I liked her.
Yeah, she was cool. She had no ass.
Yeah, she did not have an ass.
No ass.
I was actually.
And if you're out there listening and you are an attractive woman that's got a nice ass, and we're not talking about small, we're talking about a nice ass, you should reach out to us on our Twitter or our X or our TikTok.
But you gotta have a personality.
Because you gotta have a personality.
I am screening them
but
first.
you have to have a rumpus.
Yes.
No rumpus, Dan's not interested.
Yeah, I've met some really cool girls with no ass. I've met some girls with ass that aren't cool.
It's a search, kind of like looking for the Ark of the Covenant on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Exactly.
You know, there's a big warehouse with a lot of small asses that have been tucked away.
Yeah.
Dan hasn't found the one yet. He's looking through it.
Are you back on the apps?
Yeah, I'm on the apps right now. I recently matched with a couple girls. So like,
I thought you said a couple for a second. I recently matched with a couple. I was like,
I'll win. Yeah. I'll like, I'll have 2-3 women I talk to, then I narrow it down to one. I find maybe eventually meet up with that one. It doesn't go well, it stops, and then I'll like stop for a month, and then I'll get back on 2-3 women, like narrow it down, and that's kind of how I do it. So
the problem is
2 right now that I'm talking to.
You should be in that Facebook group. Are we dating the same girl?
The problem is most women in their profile pictures, if they have rump, they hide it.
Yeah.
So Dan is.
If they show it, then you're probably not the type of. If they show it, it's like trashy. It's
I hate those.
So it's a dilemma for Dan,
Guess, And actually, I matched with this woman the other day, and based on her profile, like, I was pretty excited. Most of her pictures were from here up, but it was like, I'm built curvy. I hope you like curvy. And I saw one picture of her full body, and I was like, I didn't see her butt, but I was like, okay, this could be. Yeah. But then she had her Instagram on there. I went to her Instagram, and still most of the pictures were from here. I finally found one of her running like a 5K.
Not that Dan's shallow or anything.
Complete different, like everything else was a false bill of goods.
She should put full body pictures because she's wasting her time going on dates with people that when she meets them in person. That's why I don't understand why people do that, because when you meet in person, they're not going to like you.
Oh, come on. How many times, maybe you're not that active. How many times have you met someone and they've looked completely different in the picture?
Yeah, no.
I had that one that was like,
different.
I had a guy who said he was like over 6 foot, and he literally was my height.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I
tell people I tell women I'm 5'10" all the time. And then they meet me and then they're like, 6'3".
Dahmer
Nice.
said he was like over 6 foot too, and I can tell when I stand next to a guy because I know where I land on heights. If I stand next to you, I can tell your height in a second. But I measured him. I did. He was literally 5'10".
Yeah. I don't, but it's funny. It was one would be like, he had his pictures. He had way more hair in his pictures. I was like, whoa, don't get me started.
We call that hat fishing.
Yeah, but don't get me started. I'd say women do that just as much, if not more, than guys.
Can you imagine if you were completely honest on your dating profile?
People should be, though.
People, in the words of the famous Jack Nicholson, people can't handle the truth.
I don't know. Guys need to stop lying about their height
okay,
on dating apps.
I agree. I agree.
You want answers? I want the truth.
I want to know how tall you are. Don't tell me you're over 6 foot.
Every rom-com, I just wish a guy would come up to me and tell me how he really feels.
Yeah, right.
And then some guy comes up and says how he really feels, and they freaking throw him off of a balcony.
Well, that's because women are too sensitive these days. It's crazy. They're so sensitive.
Rom-coms are one of the worst things that ever happened for women because it reinforces like all the like they're like
the Prince Charming.
Why do I just like the bad boy? It's because every Matthew McConaughey movie is about him being a guy who bangs all these women but he shuts it down for Kate Hudson.
They never shut it down.
Yeah,
they never
and so
shut
in
it
their
down.
real life, they're like, I want the guy who can get any woman, but then he decides to shut it down for me.
Never
That's
happening.
What every movie
Never
told
happens.
me.
Never happens.
Never happens.
I have a friend that still does that. Like, and she's, you know, in her mid 40s, and she just every single dude. She constantly sends me like screenshots and says, "Can you go look at their profile and tell me, you know, with this girl?" And I'm like, "Why are you still doing this?"
What's her number?
You know, you mentioned, you know, the last girl I was talking to. I actually here's something that I don't think I've told Morrow either.
Probably not.
But
she shit her pants.
Oh,
dude, when I met her, that's all I could think about. Just so you know, like
saying,
literally, that's all I could
almost
think
shit
about.
my pants.
Yeah.
I was like, you mean like you were scared to? No, I literally almost like pooped in my. Oh.
And when she was asking for the podcast link, I was like, life.
So
literally, she kept asking me.
So I got to know her for like a month before we did anything physical. So we hung out multiple times, and then
I know you like to be, you know, treated right.
Yes,
right?
exactly. I'm not putting out on the first date. So we ended up, obviously,
at your new place.
Having sex. Yeah, we christened my new place.
You got a new place?
I did.
On the on the couch?
No, on the bed. Started on the couch, went to the bed. So
I sleep on that couch sometimes.
So the first time we hooked up, you know, like I was on top, whatever. You know, it was like quick. I hadn't had sex. It was quick, whatever.
Yeah.
And the second time we hooked up, she was like, I was laying on the bed, she was finishing getting undressed, and then she like got on the bed, and I was sort of like pulling her on top of me, like to straddle me, and she was like, no, I don't get on top.
What?
And I was like, and
like she has a rule.
And I was like, she was like, you know, she was like, I'm not a passenger princess, but enough with that term.
A pillow princess.
But yeah, like
did she actually say she was a passenger princess?
Something like that. Of like, I don't get on top, and I was just like, and so. It turned
what a mood killer!
Hard,
yeah, that's like a mood killer.
I had to fake an orgasm because I couldn't.
Oh my
finish.
God!
But I had to do that with her because so anyway, so that happens, right?
That is like a total mood killer.
And I'm like, is that?
Although let me give the woman's view here. Maybe she was insecure about something, like the view that you would have or something. Because I bet you that was it. Well, I bet you like maybe she felt like. Something she was insecure about something.
So she invited me to she has a horse and she keeps it at this barn and it's like a community and they had a Christmas party. And
wait a minute, you dated a horse girl? Don't you know you're never supposed to be a horse girl?
Yeah.
Like seriously, I've heard horse girls are crazy.
I can see that now. I'd never dated her. So I didn't date her, but you know. So anyways,
you didn't date her?
What? Just what is the
you brought her to your
clarification of dating to you?
I was not exclusively
you brought her to a premiere of a movie that TV show you starred in.
I was talking to her.
You acted like you were in a relationship.
I was.
You cannot bring a woman to a premiere. This is a premiere rule. If you bring a woman to a premiere of a TV show or a movie, that is your partner.
Oh, it's not.
And let me tell you, she was so nervous.
That's how it's done.
She told me how nervous she was.
That's how it's done, pal.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Blake Lively going to a premiere without, what's his name, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, can we talk about him now?
In a sec, because I want to finish this story.
Yes, go ahead.
So I went to her barn Christmas party. This is actually the last time.
Oh my God.
This is like,
and he's like, we weren't dating. You went to the barn Christmas party.
Well, this was like, so this was like.
You only bring significant others to Christmas.
And there was
parties.
100 of her horsewomen friends there, right?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And then
she was showing you off.
She was.
This is my stud.
The horse that I ended up hooking up with was man, he was big. So
that took a turn.
So much for our PG rating.
That took a turn.
So
right.
So I go to this barn Christmas party, okay, and this is after. So we had sex twice, okay. First time I'm on top, and I didn't think about it. It was quick, whatever. Second time, I kind of tried to pull her on top of me. She says, I don't do that. You're gonna get on top. And then I pretend I have an orgasm. Okay, so
she actually said, I don't do that.
I can't remember what she said. She was like, no. Like she was like, I don't get on top or something like that. You know, like,
she was insecure.
Yeah, of course.
She was definitely insecure.
She didn't like the way she looked in that position or something like that.
Here's the thing. So then we were at the barn Christmas party.
Although, wait a minute. Hold on, pause. That's like the best position for a female to look. That's why.
On top?
Yeah.
I mean...
We can go back to it, but anyway,
go ahead. We should keep not getting to the story about the barn Christmas party. We should keep going
and keep it going.
Like, next week,
through
we'll find out what
episodes.
happened.
Yeah.
See, now it's not even going to be that good.
No, but for real, though, like, don't you think that if a woman's going to be insecure, like, that's the position where your body's not contorted?
You might thought she had a little stomach, you know.
So...
Anyway, what'd you just say?
I said she did it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're so mean.
She was cute, but...
Maybe she
you know,
should have
for someone as nice as he is harsh.
Yeah. You're tough on
only
women.
to you guys. I
no,
mean,
no.
No one else is here.
No.
Yeah, but you guys make me really think, like, what is David actually thinking?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, this is just a conversation between friends. We keep this between us.
Yeah, it just goes out on the internet. Anyway, go ahead.
So
I had this bar. For the love of God!
You're the one who keeps interrupting me. All right, so we've had sex twice. Second time this thing happened. All right, so we're at the barn Christmas party.
So how long between...
I was just gonna say
I don't do it this way to the barn Christmas party.
A week, all right.
Is this
okay? How long into the situationship were you?
We've been talking a couple months.
Was it before the
like
premiere
4
or
or
after
5
the
months.
premiere?
This is after the premiere.
Okay. You wait a minute. How long were you hanging out with her when you brought her to the premiere?
2 months. Yeah.
No.
3
months.
This isn't mathing because you said you waited a month to have sex with her.
Yeah, I probably met her. Premiere was beginning.
You probably met her in August.
August or September. I probably had sex with her like late October.
Okay.
Right before the premiere.
Did you have sex with her before the premiere?
Maybe after the premiere. I can't remember.
No, you had.
I don't remember.
Okay, go ahead. The barn.
When did you move into your house? Before the premiere?
I don't know. We
it's
actually,
so irrelevant. The timeline.
Yeah, this doesn't matter.
Go ahead, go.
Matters to me.
Yeah, this will be great content for social clips. So it doesn't matter, but the point is, I had sex with her twice. Okay, we didn't hang out a lot. Like,
wait, you only had sex with her twice the whole time?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes, because the last time I saw her was at the Christmas party, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, we're getting a breakup story. I wasn't. Okay.
All right.
I would think if you go to a barn Christmas party, you're coming out single anyway. Like,
Okay.
why would you?
Did you bring a present? Did you bring her a Christmas
No,
present?
of course not.
Classic.
We weren't
Broke
dating
up
like
with her.
that.
What is like a barn Christmas
Dude,
party?
This was like 2 weeks
Dude,
before Christmas.
you've had sex with her twice. You brought her to a movie premiere. You were going to a barn Christmas party with her, and you're not giving her a Christmas present?
He probably broke up with her so he didn't
So he
have to
didn't
get her
have
a
to.
present. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm never doing this podcast.
Wait, I
again if
have
you don't
another
let me finish
question.
my
Wait, I have
fucking
another
story.
question. What
You know,
kind
he can't
of people are
stand
at
it when he's not the one
know.
leading the charge.
So, what kind of people are at a barn Christmas party?
Yeah, just
Was it like older people?
Mostly women, right?
yeah, probably 70% women. The guy who owns like the land and the barn is a guy, kind of like older.
It sounds very
know,
Hallmarky.
And it was like, I'd say it's women from 30 to 60. You know?
Okay.
I'd say there was maybe
Hollywood's
20
gonna go to a barn to hang out. He's like,
20 people there.
It's kind of like women.
And they already have whips there.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh my God, it's perfect.
It's perfect for me, right?
It's perfect.
So
Anyway, go ahead.
So, all right. So at this point, we've had sex twice, and the second time was when she told me I don't get on top. So we're sitting around like the fire or whatever, and one of her friends, like it's some of the young people. It's like maybe 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah.
And one of the friends was talking about like after this she was gonna go see her boyfriend, and then she was telling some story. The friend was telling a story like, yeah, last night John pissed me off, and so I told him you're getting on top tonight, and then my situationship goes, I never get on. Like he always gets on top. First of all, we only had sex. She was like,
why is she announcing that?
She goes, he always gets on top, and her friend was like, always, and she's like, yeah, and the other girl's like, I like getting on top sometimes. Like, what, you don't like it? And my girl goes, he's better at it. And I'm like,
maybe she's lazy.
I'm like, we only had sex twice. First of all, you don't. Know
I know.
anything
I was
about
gonna
me.
say that. I
You
was
don't know
like,
anything about me sexually, and now like, if I was already turned, like now I definitely don't. Yeah, and that was the last time I ever saw her.
yeah. So
But it's just like,
tell me how you broke up with her. I want
He
to know.
never called her again.
No, Dan is like a.
No.
I feel like he's a communicator. Oh no, you're not.
No,
you
he's
run.
not a he
You
runs.
run.
No,
You
he's
run.
a runner.
You know what?
Remember remember that one girl I had a great.
The one girl.
I have a confession. I actually told her because she was like, "How would I know if he doesn't like me or something?" Because she was telling me how nervous she was at the premiere. Her friend showed up and was like, "Oh my God, we had to go through like 50,000 outfits and blah blah." It was cute, but I said, he'll just slowly disappear and just whatever. I did.
I know it.
So she you're welcome. You're welcome.
One text a day goes to one text a week, goes to one text a month.
I saved you, buddy, because she might have maybe pursued it more, but she's probably like, oh, Michelle told me it's over.
She mentioned something. This was after the barn Christmas party. She was like, asked me about doing something for New Year's, and I was like, yeah.
How did you get to the barn Christmas party? What was your transportation?
I drove my car separately.
So you drove her back to her place?
No.
You drove your car separate.
And then
I met her there. I came straight from work.
He's so sly.
No,
Did you say like Merry Christmas and stuff to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then,
she had to know you didn't like her because you I don't know.
So no, but listen.
Here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem.
There's like a lot of holes in this story.
No, there's not. I get it totally. Dan's the fucking nicest guy on the planet.
I'm aware.
No. He is. So all women fall in love with him because he's conscientious. He's nice.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He
does cool shit in his life.
He does cool shit in his life. He's got a great freaking job.
Do you love him?
I do. He's like my son. He is. He's like my son.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. And so he just doesn't have a close game.
Yeah.
Either to escape or to get serious.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to do it.
Listen, I'm the same way though.
And but that doesn't make him a bad person.
No, I get it.
Though I ride his ass constantly, he just can't help it.
I told you I ended up with a whole ass boyfriend. Remember I told you that story?
Yeah.
Right before 9/11, and then I was like sucked in because he was in the military.
Yeah,
it's hard to reject somebody.
So yeah, I mean, it just kind of
He's like,
I think she could feel it kind of slipping away, and like
I still want to know why she doesn't get on top.
Yeah,
I want to ask.
Well, let's call her. I'll ask her.
Who doesn't get on top?
I'll call her.
Yeah.
But
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Dan. No. Why not? Just say, listen, I'm recording the podcast.
Hey, we're doing the podcast. We're here talking about you.
Can we ask a question?
I can't.
Why? I think she would do it.
Talk to her.
I'm gonna call her.
I have her number.
Don't call her. Don't call her. Look,
that would be such a great.
It'd be so awesome.
That would be funny.
You're never gonna talk to her again.
Well, I don't. Yeah, that's the point. I don't need.
Maybe I can shoot her a text saying, "Hey, we're on the podcast. We're talking about something. It won't embarrass you.
Why do you not like being on top?
Can we call you?"
I can't date a woman who will be on top. My two favorite positions.
Can I text her and say we're talking on the podcast? Can we call you and ask you a question if we don't name you?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to get.
Why?
I mean, you can if you want to.
All right. What's her name again?
Oh my God.
What was her name again?
Oh,
I have a in here.
Don't do it. It's bad. I mean, this is.
Hold on. I'm gonna talk to Texa. Hold on. We are in the middle of recording the podcast and talking about
dating.
No, we want to get your take on something we're talking about. Can we call you and talk to you on speaker? ? We won't name you, and if it's something that makes you uncomfortable, we won't use it.
She's gonna.
Let me know, and I'll call you if it's okay.
No. You can't do that.
No.
I already sent it.
It'll reopen everything back up for him.
You sent it?
I did.
No, she didn't. Not yet.
I did.
Oh, that is beautiful. Here we are in the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Dan Mercer.
Why would you feel bad? She was like, I think she'll be cool.
Does she know about the podcast?
Yeah. I think she'll be cool with it.
I think she's
terrible. She's gonna.
No, that's not a topic that's uncomfortable.
And you can just say, look,
I'll do the talking.
Yeah, our show is called MFM. And
she knows all about it.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't believe.
She's going to kill you, just so you know. She's going to hunt you down.
I don't think she's going to respond.
She's going to hunt you down and kill you.
God, I hope not. Please don't respond.
What do you say? Well, like,
I just feel bad, you know. I don't want to. I just feel bad, you know. I know she liked me a lot, and
shit. Oh no, it's not her. Never mind.
How's your anxiety level now, Kimosabi?
It's terrible. So here's the thing, though.
You shouldn't have brought up the barn.
My 2 favorite positions are, I call it super dogs, but I realize there's a name for it.
Super dog?
Yeah, because it's when a woman is flat on her stomach with her legs like together like that, and then a woman on top.
Yeah.
You know, not reversed, just regular cowgirl. Those are my 2 favorite positions. I can't be with someone who won't get on top. What the hell? You know?
I don't understand. Maybe it's like laziness. That's the only like, because you can't really be insecure in that. I don't know. I want to know.
Like lazy. It's less work for the woman being on top than if a guy.
Yeah, being on top is work.
For a guy.
Yeah, always.
For a woman, it's not that much.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's work.
It's work.
And it's like muscles we don't normally use.
It's the
work.
It's the sweat.
No, but you
it's
have to
the sweatiest position for a woman.
It's like it takes
100%
like
the
coordination too, and it's
because they can't just because when we're on top, they don't have to think.
Yeah.
They can just enjoy. There's a lot of things to worry about in that position.
Maybe she was worried.
Maybe she's worried.
Hey, don't bang the table, Morrow. I just.
But there's a lot. But there's a lot of things to worry about. Well, where we don't care. We're like, woo, yeah, baby.
Okay, we got to switch topics now.
Okay.
Blake Lively, you brought up.
Tell what your perception is.
I'm not a huge social media guy. I don't know much about it. All I know is I've seen like very few things, and my perception was that this guy was being kind of a creeper on set and trying to do more like love scenes with her and going, a little too far with that.
But it came out that it's the opposite.
It came out that it's totally the opposite.
Which makes me happy.
He literally released all the receipts, like 6-minute audio recordings.
So what was the audio recording?
Him being amazing and sweet and kind and thoughtful and not creepy and supportive. And
so why
Ryan Reynolds
got pissed off.
Yeah, got jealous, and like, I don't know, they wrecked their whole life then.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
they might take T Swift down with
Ryan Reynolds got jealous of her having a guy friend.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like, you're being over possessive, Ryan, but I love it.
Pretty much.
I didn't even know this. Do you know that she was in Deadpool?
Was she?
Blake Lively was the female Deadpool.
Wait a minute, what?
Of course she was.
Of course she was.
Yeah.
Blake Lively was the female Deadpool.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he got her that role, of course.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, though, that in the beginning, everybody jumped on her bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
He was dead.
Because when a woman comes out with something like that.
And, this is just another fucking nail in the coffin for women that really complain about legitimate shit.
And they ruined, that was a really important movie about, domestic violence and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And she just ruined it with all of that shit.
So she tried to fucking blow this.
She tried to get him blackballed
because her husband was jealous.
Yeah, and I mean,
she tried to rewrite the script. She tried to. She was bringing editors to her house. She made the wardrobe department. She had like 30, 40 racks of wardrobe in the wardrobe room at the studio. She made them bring every single piece to her apartment.
Why? Yeah. So Ryan Reynolds could.
So she could try her stuff on there, and make her decisions and pick it out.
So why was she doing all this? Because Ryan Reynolds was jealous? Like, that's the whole reason she was...
No one really knows.
She fell in love with him and stuff.
If you look at the movies she's done, she has dated every single one of her co-stars after she's done a movie.
Yeah. So there's rumors that he rejected her, and so she did that, or I feel like she might have gotten... I thought that was Shelley. I thought maybe she had gotten busted flirting with him, or Ryan figured out that she liked him,
and then to make it look like
she said
all the way to the other side.
Yeah. Did you see the one video actually of them filming the slow dance part?
No.
I mean, she's screwed because he was so respectful, and in there she has these gaga eyes, and he's so professional, and he just goes cut and walks away. You could tell she's in love with him. You can absolutely tell.
Wow.
But she destroyed him.
And destroyed the movie.
Yeah.
Good for him, though.
Yeah. But it's a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still...
He was smart to keep this stuff. And, some people said that he must have known that, she liked him or she was going to do something because he kept everything.
But she basically said he raped her. That's what she came out and said.
Yeah.
Didn't her people try to reach out to the tabloids and
and they got Taylor Swift involved.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift today came out and said, "I have to distance myself from our friendship because."
She did say that. I was.
Why do people have to always make like? They have to make like official announcements of like.
I'm surprised because they were like besties. So I'm surprised that she.
Not besties. Oh no. But
Like,
good for the guy though. Good for him for fighting back and not letting.
They brought up like his old TED Talks and stuff, and he's like super like emotional intelligence. He did a whole TED Talk about how like he did so much shit wrong and wanted to be a better husband, like, and so you could tell he like takes accountability for shit, admits mistakes, tries to be a better person. So like it just sucks.
A guy that you could learn from, Dan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But a lot of men love Blake Lively, so I'm.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the final end story is, because it's still lawyers and speculation and gossip and everything.
So
the one co-star has her back. The one that played his sister in the movie released a video and said that she 100% stands behind Blake. So maybe, I don't know, maybe something little bit. I don't know.
What has Ryan Reynolds said anything publicly?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's too late at this point. Like the social media public.
But today,
has destroyed
the social media completely shifted sides today.
To who?
Him.
Oh, it's been him for like a week
has
now.
it?
Yeah.
That's old news.
Yeah.
Morrow.
There.
It's because you're looking at Instagram.
That's right.
On TikTok,
you
we've
would've known
known
that
for like a week.
I can't look at TikTok because of my former security clearance.
What?
I can't be on TikTok because of my former security clearance. Because it's ran by the Red Chinese.
What?
Yeah.
How you're lying because you were on TikTok for Office Show.
I wasn't. You were.
Oh, okay.
That's why you were, is because I couldn't be on TikTok.
Okay, Morrow.
Because I'm secretly
Okay, in the CIA.
in the CIA.
Are you dogfishing me? Yeah.
I did not know what dogfishing was. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, no, it's a great show, Dating Detectives. It's funny though. It's like the podcast that I listen to, the advertisements I get are so funny. It's for like
Which
tampons.
podcast?
Like,
The Dating Detective?
Yeah, and like a lot of true crime. It's like tampons and like the little blue pill, but for the little pink pill for women. It's like Viagra for women. It's like steamy romance novels, and I'm like, I am not there.
There's a Viagra for women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Addie.
Addie.
That's what everyone calls Adderall. That was dumb.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Addie. So I know all about it because they've been advertising to me.
So what does it do? It just gives you your
I
sex
guess it
drive?
just gets you horny or something, or makes you
Really?
wet. I don't know. I haven't taken it.
I have never heard of it.
Yeah.
Here's what we'll have to do. We'll have to get some, and we'll have to have you try them.
Yeah.
We'll get Dan maybe some blue
Maybe they'll
pills.
sponsor the show.
Maybe they'll sponsor the show.
Some Addie.
Some Addie
I'm
and
gonna definitely look this up. It's so weird. I never heard of it.
Dan and I have discovered that every drug on the planet has 3 syllables.
No. Okay. So when you're watching
That one doesn't.
No. Listen. So when you're watching like network television with commercials and stuff,
Yeah.
every other commercial is an advertisement for some sort of drug, and it's always 3 syllables, and the commercial is always people just like riding a horse or doing
Smiling
Yeah.
with their
Or
family.
Barbecuing.
Wegovy, Bimzelx, Pluvicto, Jardiance, Skyrizi,
Ozempic.
like literally, and there's a new one every day. Tremfya,
Yeah.
and
then they have all those things at the end that it might like
kill
They
you.
always try to sneak in,
and they
like,
talk really
hardcore
fast.
Ones they're like runny nose.
You might throw up, you might lose a limb, you might die, you might fall off a cliff.
Death.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, they're like sore throat, runny nose, bloody anal leakage. They try to like slip in bloody anal leakage.
Some of it, it's like, oh my god.
So we'll take every time we see one, we'll take a picture and send it to each other. My phone is just full of them. Vabismo. There's another one. Like
what does it all do?
Pluvicto.
Shelly never responded. That's
It's
so funny.
it's just I don't know. It's like it's absurd. And why do they all have 3 syllables?
And why do they think why do they advertise on TV all the time?
It's
Because
a lot.
there's
people
no
are making their medical.
Because there's no restrictions on it.
I think they advertise during sporting events a lot.
And they're the most wealthy business in America.
But who's going to make their
pharma.
medical decisions based on like something they see on TV?
Well,
It's like, well,
know?
wow, she was smiling while she ran around the lake.
you got to have a good
I think that'll
jingle.
work
The
for me.
jingle's what it is.
They need a QR code on there too, where people can scan and save it so they can ask
take
their
once
doctor.
daily Jardians and each day comes.
Who's gonna remember the name of the medication? You know.
Well, it's got 3 syllables. I can tell you that.
And it's always weird, like a weird name.
It's weird, and like every commercial is just like it's like doing yoga.
I don't think I've
or barbecuing, living their best life,
getting ice cream from an ice cream truck.
I don't think I've ever taken a medicine with 3 syllables.
Eloquist.
Okay, that's the only one. Eloquist, yeah.
I'm thinking.
But
Adderall.
Yeah, but Adderall's not in the class. Like I'm talking about, like I'm not like Adderall, Percocet, that stuff. I mean that's 3 syllables, but that's like a different. I'm talking about the category of like the stuff that gets advertised on TV. You know, Wegovy, Jardiance, Skyrizi, Pluvicto.
What are all those
Vivizma.
medications for?
I think some of them are like the Ozempic like type thing.
Yeah.
Some of them, I know. I take once daily Jardiance and
What's
it's
Jardiance?
easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Oh,
I don't know. I want to debut a new segment to finish out today, and it's called Enough. And it's stuff I've had enough of. All right.
I think we all have some say.
And I've got so many. I've got weeks worth of content for this, but
Believe it, because I've heard it for years.
Okay, let's do it.
Here's my first
I have
one.
some after you're done, though.
Here's my first one.
Okay.
Enough with avocado. All right, I've had about enough of avocado. Okay, like it's just.
Oh,
it's
I just remembered I have avocado.
It's just a fruit with a good PR agent. It's a superfood. So are blueberries, and it's like, every time I order something, it's like, do you want avocado on that? No, I don't need avocado on everything I ordered.
Or avocado toast.
Avocado toast.
I know, like that was like
extra dollars.
Avocado toast is good though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, it's a super. It's tasteless
I'm gonna make that
mush.
tonight.
It's tasteless mush is all it is. And don't ask me if I want it.
Listen to me. Don't talk about avocado that way.
Do you want extra avocado on that for $18? No, I don't want any at all.
Avocado's good.
I'm so sick of it. It's just.
Marrow, don't you think avocado is good?
It thinks it's better. It's some hoity-toity fruit. It's like, no, you're on the same level as bananas. Like get out of here.
I happen to like avocados.
Enough with it.
Enough. Okay. I'm gonna make avocado toast tonight. Thank you for reminding me. With some egg on top.
Send us a picture.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Avocado toast.
Have you had it with like a fried egg on top?
Unfortunately,
a little salt and pepper.
See, you gotta add stuff to it to make it taste good.
You do. No one's gonna just eat a friggin' avocado. It's about what you put it on.
There you go. It's not good enough to eat by itself, but somehow why are we trying to shoehorn it into the lexicon?
What do you think, Marrow? I'm pro avocado. He's against it. You make the.
Why are we trying to make it part of the zeitgeist? Like, the big avocado is
big avocado. Are you putting him up there with Big Pharma?
Yes.
I got to tell you, man, there's nothing better than some guacamole.
See?
Okay.
See?
Different.
Avocado.
It's not different. It comes from avocado.
It does, but
okay. So avocado stays. What's your next?
Avocado and chips, bro. Just
I
could eat
some when I go home.
5 gallons.
This one, people are gonna hate me. Enough with dogs.
People already hate you. Oh.
Enough with dogs.
That's not very nice.
Enough. Okay, I've had about enough of dogs. All right, look, I don't dislike dogs.
We're gonna get canceled.
No, the truth is, you've really had enough of women with dogs.
Well,
be honest.
Here's the thing about dogs. I do not dislike dogs.
I love dogs.
Well, I'm kind of.
But in their place, they're dogs.
Some people are extreme.
Dogs are not human beings.
Yeah. On the dating apps.
Or do you love when people say like my kids and things like that?
God.
Yeah.
It's like you'll win me over if you get along with my dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, how about I'm trying to get to know you. I don't care about your dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it off of me. Don't let it jump on me when I come in.
Or people that get like Christmas pictures done of their dogs.
Oh,
and stuff.
It's crazy.
Literally.
But here's the thing. I don't dislike dogs, but I also am not I'm just indifferent. And if you're anything less than you love dogs, people think you're a bad person.
That's 100% correct.
And I don't come in my pants every time I see a puppy doesn't make me a serial killer. Yeah. Okay? Like I'm tired.
The fact that if you walk through the park with a dog as a dude, a little puppy, and 100 women will come up and talk to you, that's wrong.
I've always said if you have a dog and or a
baby
and or a boat and you can't get you got to turn your dick in.
Yeah. That's true.
A dog and a boat.
I'm gonna get on your little bandwagon here. And dogs don't belong in the bedroom.
Definitely not.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like I
don't care. I don't want a dog up in the bed with me when
it's
I'm.
Creepy.
It's just weird. it's wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong.
But yeah, I just
Plus, you're like scarring them. I feel like the dog, you know, like just those things just shouldn't go together. What else? Enough of?
Well, I don't want to use up all my enoughs.
Okay,
those are my two.
I haven't enough.
Avocado and dogs.
Enough of anxiety. Like, I'm sick of hearing the word anxiety. Like, I have anxiety. I have to deal with my anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah, blah. Everyone has fucking anxiety, but people just talk about it too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they make it like, well, you wouldn't understand my anxiety. I have social anxiety. I have people anxiety. I have morning anxiety. Okay, we all have fucking anxiety. Stop talking about your anxiety.
There's a woman that Dan and I know that came to the premiere.
Yeah.
With her fiance.
Former fiance.
I was going to get to that.
Oh, juicy.
Who's telling the story?
Juicy.
So listen, I'm at the equestrian center, and it's a
like
Christmas
a horse episode.
No.
More horses.
She brought her
fiance to the premiere of the show,
and then
and 10, 15, 20 minutes she had to get up and leave because his anxiety was so bad.
She was at the premiere.
I'm not poo-pooing people that have issues, but.
Yeah, I get bad anxiety.
I get anxiety too, but like,
talking about
yeah, or using it as an excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people use it just as an excuse, and then they say like, well, you wouldn't understand, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have it too, but it doesn't.
I'll tell Hollywood, but I won't like mention it to I don't let everyone know.
Well, I can tell now. I'm like,
and I have it, so I'm very sympathetic, and like if someone says like, oh, I just have a little bit of anxiety, I'm like, okay, I get it. They got to do certain things, but like, there's just the group of people who their whole life is their anxiety.
And
they make themselves anxious by talking about it.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I could be anxious.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but I choose to say, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry. I mean, and maybe that's wrong because I just say, I'm not going to fucking worry about something I can't control.
Yeah. No, that's a good.
Because I mean,
ideally,
there's times when I've felt myself dipping into the anxiety arena, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing this for? Being anxious is not going to make it better. It's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
You know?
I do know some anxious people can't help it too. Like, some of it's like body chemistry and all of that.
I mean, the 30 FBI agents were going to still come into the building, you know, and get me. So being anxious wasn't helping my state of mind at all. Yeah. It's just going to make me do something crazy.
But no, I get that. That's a kind of like narcissist.
They make it their brands, you know?
And every woman's dated a narcissist. Every woman's ex is a narcissist. Enough with calling people narcissists.
It's basically like if a guy doesn't like you, he's a narcissist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And trust me, I have met true narcissists, and I think I've said this before, they're really scary people. You know, like, people just throw it around.
So that's my enough. So enough of avocado, enough of dogs, enough of anxiety, and enough of narcissism.
And wait, I just have to say, when I say anxiety, I mean making it your brand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I get bad anxiety, so I...
Yeah, I get it. So do I.
Yeah.
My enough is everything is either because of the Democrats or because of the Republicans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. A helicopter ran into an airline yesterday. Well, that was the Republicans' fault.
Yes.
That was the Democrats' fault.
It's like magnified.
What the fuck?
The hurricane hit. That was the Democrats'
That's
fault.
the Democrat. Yeah, the Democrats have
controlling the weather.
Are controlling the weather, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People have gotten the most, and I don't know if this is just because I'm in that side of TikTok right now, but people have gotten the most conspiracy theory and like anti and all that right now in this country than ever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, people are starting to think some crazy ass shit is going on. Like, people are like preparing for survivalism.
Armageddon.
You know? There's like discords and stuff of people preparing for like the end of the world. Like, and regular people, like, the world's crazy right now.
I might have a barn full of 48 cases of water.
Listen, I'm a survivalist.
I'm not a survivalist.
100,000 rounds of 9mm ammunition in my garage.
When there was whispers of the whole COVID thing, let me just tell you, I was dropping care packages off at everybody's house for months of like masks, cleaning supplies, food.
Were you going to the grocery store every day and buying all the toilet paper on the shelf?
No, hell no.
Yeah,
because toilet paper,
I already had it.
Toilet paper at the end of the world is going to save your life.
Yeah. Toilet paper, bread, and milk is like, seems like...
every time it, like in New York, every time it snowed, there was no bread in the grocery store. I don't know.
I guess
it's because we just follow.
It was so ludicrous, though. It was just like... And there was no reason to be taking toilet paper.
Yeah.
It just shows how stupid as a country we are.
Because COVID didn't have any toilet paper symptoms.
Yeah.
But Wegovy does.
Wegovy.
Bloody anal
That's
leakage.
right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, on that note,
We had some crazy conversations today.
Thanks for joining us today. We will have Morrow Boggs with us moving forward. So
don't be afraid to reach out to us on TikTok and tell us what you'd like us to talk about.
Yeah, or tell us what we did wrong.
We just might.
Oh, we know we did a lot wrong.
Yeah.
We just might call out your comments on an episode.
Please feel free.
And if you've ever dated Dan, feel free to reach out to us and give us your number, and we'll call you and ask you questions during the show.
Feel free to disparage us and call us names.
I'm going to go have some avocado toast.
Because we don't care.
I'm going to go get on top.